I'll make a comparison between someone called Suleiman Duwaish and another person called Lujain Hathlol. There is a big difference. Lujain Hathlol was supported from the Saud monarch house. So there is a lot of people who are now considered, they should be considered racist. Either, I'm not talking about those who mean it, I'm talking about those who are ignorant, who do not know anything about the Ishmaelian territory, the Ishmaelian tribal territory. Those people who belong to the land of Ishmaelia, who are persecuted since decades, and there is a lot of lies about them. This is what I'm trying to explain. Lujain Hathlol is not descended from the Ishmaelian. Please don't delete this video. She is not, and she's a big supporter to India, and she loves India, not because she mentions something about India. It's known that Al-Hathlol family are considered from those who are called Mukhadirin. There is many names. They are not from any tribe. Some of them might say that I am from an Ishmaelian Tamim. No, don't please. No different. All human are the same at the end. If you're a human respecting other human, we are all the same. There is no problem. This is what Muhammad, the final messenger, have explained. So I'm not an anti-Muslim teaching. These women and others do not belong to the Ishmaelian territory. They do not. Now, the case is, she is not. That's it. She represent. Do you want me to say that she's betraying the Ishmaelians? Do you know what happened to those who betrayed their countries, for example, in China and other places of the world? We didn't have even the opportunity to establish even a real good state to our land. Yes, among us real Israelis and the Ishmaelian and Israelis are the same. I'm not talking about those who call themselves Israelis, who insist calling themselves Jews, like Mr. Netanyahu and those Ashkenazis in the Holy Land who are occupying the Palestinian people land. No. So, no, please don't delete this video, please. She is not from those who are Ishmaelite, and she represents the non-Ishmaelian. This is how it is. Now, the case I'm trying to explain here is a comparison between her and someone called Suleiman Duwaish. Suleiman Duwaish used to work with the Saudi regime. He used to say that the Saudi regime is representing us, and we must protect the Saudi regime. This is what they are trying. This is what he's used to say, and he's a result of decades of what's happened there. And he find, like many, that Saudi House are legitimate to rule. They have the legitimacy to rule. Now, he used to work with the Saudi government, and then something happened. What happened? He criticized the Saudi government. He said, I am not, one second. I'm trying to process my IDs so that my videos wouldn't be deleted. What happened? What happened? He started criticizing the Saudi government. They killed him. They put him in jail and they killed him. Now, Lujain Hathlol is supported by the monarch. That's it. There is a lot of princes who want this change that do not match the Ishmaelians, natives. In Gulf states as well. What do you mean by it doesn't match? The basic rights of women do not match this. Why don't you talk about the Syrian regime, basic women in Syria, and the basic rights in Iran, for example, and how many women are persecuted, and why the Persian only have Persian presidents, and why there is a lot of militias in Syria persecuting the natives? Basic rights of women is basic rights for men. There is a lot of men who were persecuted by this contradiction that the Saudi regime is using, which is imposed by mainly the West from outside. What about the basic rights of Mr. Suleiman Duwaish? She used to work with the Saudi regime. They used to persecute the people. They put them in jail, steal their money, steal their oil, and all of a sudden a woman is capable to bring an international support to what she's asking for, seeking to change Saudi Arabia to banking Thailand, sex trafficking. Why not? This is what you want. Now we're talking about the legitimacy. Are you from those who represent truth? Are you human or not? So you want to change us in a way that will not represent us, maybe worse dictatorship. This is what you're seeking. This woman is an enemy for the state. This woman is an enemy to our country. And those who support Lujain Hathlol must be considered racist. That's it. Now, they put her in jail for 5 years. They didn't do... If she was in Iran, she did what she did to the Saudi regime in Iran, she would be executed. Or in China. Because they are racist. and sometimes I respect some aspects of racism. Because when it's come to us as an Ishmaelian, and you understand what I mean by Ishmaelians, you start persecuting us. Now, she did something that is not appropriate for her to do if she's working with the Saudi regime. She wouldn't dare have an interview in Saudi Arabia if there was no permission before. She wouldn't do all what she did. No, you think that she's against the Saudi rules. No, it's not. It's among the Saudi monarch and among the government who work with them. Like Abdul Khal, for example. There is a new name. He do something because they allow him to do. He go to hotels and things. If I make a gathering for all Ishmaelians about the Ishmaelian, they would kill me like Abdurrahim al-Huwaiti. They will kill us. They will persecute us, torture us. My brother have no business. Why? Because we call for what's good for us. You're not allowed to do this. But there is a change that's happening. It's imposed after 11 September, the inside job and the illegal invasion to Iraq and other things and the occupation of the whole land and lies here and there by the Persian who occupy Baluchistan, Kurdistan. That is allowing this change to take place, which the Saudi government is fine with. The Saudi dictatorship with Gulf states who doesn't want the Ishmaelian to speak up their mind, and they want to bring more methods rather than using the religion in a wrong way, now using what's called liberalism and secularism. She did a mistake. There's a lot of those who call for women rights, secularism, liberalism. They are fine. They are fine and they are supported by the government. She did a mistake that is touching the authority of the full authority of the monarch, which is a dictatorship that do not represent the Ishmaeli. But that's why they put her in jail, and because they are fine in a degree and there is a support to her from outside, she was put for 5 years. What about Duwaish? He was killed. Duwaish, yes, it is the same case in a way or another, but there is something important. Duwaish is representing the Ishmaelians, and he criticized the Saudi government because he's a man of principles. He said, no, I'm not going to work with you. No, you're taking it so far because I'm trying to bring to you, we'll deal with you in levels of legitimacy, but you're taking it so far. When it's come to her, no, she's working for external powers, empowering the external, not like a Duwaish. He want to work for his country. They killed him. This is racism. No, you don't understand it, but this is racism. There is 2 police officers walking there and they are looking at me, and I shouldn't be here. There is a car, there is a stop. You shouldn't understand. I'm trying to show them that I'm talking to the phone, or they will say I'm crazy. They're talking to homeless people right now. You don't understand. This is racism. You don't understand me? This is racism. This is racism. This is racism. It's a therapy. It's a therapy for a homeless person who's a victim of racial discrimination to talk. It's not you who decide who's racist, especially if you got nothing to do with the Ishmaelian territory. It's you who are racist. You understand me? Now, regardless of the results, I want it to be in destruction. Racist guy, no, I'm not. You're racist. Do you represent the Ishmael? No, you don't. Or maybe you're like the model Kaula. No, you don't represent the Ishmaelian. Because I'm not racist. I am not racist. You stop your racism. You stop your racial discrimination. Stop it. Stop your racial discrimination. There is a case. When it's come to you, Irani, calling yourself Shiite, from the West, where? Russia, China? Where are you from? There is someone who is from China who uploaded a comment. He said, now UK is not going to bother us about Lujain, but when it's come to some people, activists in Hong Kong, UK is bothering us. Those activists, UK should make a case about those activists in China because they're independent from the center of China. But Lujain and Hathlol they shouldn't mention anything. And the princes, Her Highness Prince Kate, have met her. They are making a big scene, trust me. There is some Chinese who are saying they are from Beijing and they have a problem with Hong Kong people, regardless, working with the communists, with the government. No. The UK government in the West made a lot of scene. They made a lot of scene when it's come to Lujain. See, this is a contradiction. But when it's come to those in Hong Kong, they want their independent. They don't want to be part of Peking. They want their own independent state. So the UK, thank you UK for putting your humanitarian nose in Hong Kong, because they have the right. They are natives there. And China is big and many authentic, even if they are Han majority, but regardless. But when it's come to the Ishmaelian territory, they shouldn't put their nose to divide us and destroy us. Look how China is big, how ethnicity. Look what the Chinese are doing to the Uyghurs. When it's come to Lujain and other cases, I'm not talking about only Lujain. It's not about this Lujain. She's not a star. This is a name that is used against us. So just wake up. Someone is blaming UK. I saw the comment and video saying now England won't say anything in comparison to what they are saying to those activists in Hong Kong. UK and the whole world need to say something. They are not doing enough about the Uyghurs, but they should speak about what's happening to the poor Hong Kong activists. Okay, yeah. And at the same time, UK shouldn't mention anything about in the West about Lujain or Vedio or others. The House of Parliament, they're bothering us. Please don't delete this video. I'm a homeless person, and this is almost like a therapy for me. And I need to take my things. It's there, and I leave. The police officer, they didn't bother me. You will pay the price for what you did. You have destroyed me and destroyed a lot.